Decades after the breakup of the Beatles, Paul McCartney has reflected on what he describes as the massive emotional burden of leaving the legendary band. In a rare and candid interview, McCartney spoke about the deep personal challenges he faced during that period, especially his decision to oppose the band's manager, Alan Klein, and ultimately sue the band, a move that led to the final rift between the four members. "The Beatles weren't just a band, we were brothers," McCartney said. "Walking away felt like losing a family, but someone had to do it. Things were falling apart." Though many fans perceive McCartney as the one who caused the split, he insists the truth was more complicated. "I was painted as the villain for a while," he admitted, "but the truth is things were already in a bad place. My biggest issue was with Alan Klein. I didn't trust him and I didn't want him in charge of our music." In 1969, the remaining Beatles, John Lennon, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr, voted to appoint Klein as manager, despite McCartney's strong objections. Feeling increasingly isolated and concerned about the direction of the group's business affairs, McCartney took the unprecedented step of filing a lawsuit in 1970 to formally dissolve the Beatles' partnership. "It was awful," McCartney said. "I didn't want to sue my friends, but it was the only way to protect our work, to stop Klein from having control over our legacy." Though the lawsuit deeply strained McCartney's relationships with his former bandmates, he says he doesn't regret it. "I was fighting to save the Beatles, even if it didn't look that way at the time." In the aftermath, McCartney launched his post-Beatles career with the formation of Wings, a band that would go on to enjoy commercial success throughout the 1970s. However, he admits that trying to forge a new identity was not without its struggles. "I really wanted Wings to have its own style, to be something different from the Beatles," McCartney explained. "But I could never completely escape the shadow. The Beatles were lightning in a bottle. You can't recreate that." Despite the pain of the breakup, McCartney said he has no lasting regrets about how it all unfolded. "Maybe I wish things could have ended more peacefully, but I did what I had to do, and I kept making music. That's what's always saved me." Now in his 80s and still performing, McCartney continues to honor the legacy of the Beatles while embracing his own journey as a solo artist. "It was a once-in-a-lifetime thing," he said. "But life goes on. You learn, you grow, and the music, it always carries you through."